Welcome to Tech This Way.
Hi, this is Amran and welcome to Tech This Way. Hopefully it will be a regular program every 2 weeks, maybe monthly.
Yeah. Well, tech is happening so fast. We probably need to have this program every week, I suppose. Yeah.
Maybe. But anyway, so this is the inaugural program. I have with me Sam Shafi from PitchIN, who's been a buddy in the ecosystem for a while. Welcome, Sam.
Thank you. Right.
So myself, Amran.
Do I get anything for being the first host, the first guest in Tech This Way?
Get
Mark?
nothing. Except for the free airplay. So anyway, myself, I was running innovation for Maybank and now recently moved to Etika to look at some of that digital stuff and excitement over there.
Yeah.
Sam, you want to give a quick introduction about yourself?
Sure. Those who know me, I run two companies side by side, although complementary with each other. One WTM accelerator, so we invest in very early stage companies. Some of the notable ones that I think local startup enthusiasts would be familiar with: thelorry.com, Money Match, MyCap.
How many years ago?
3 years. 3.5 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah. So already 53 companies have gone through the program. Like I said, notable ones are the Lorry, Money Match, MyCash Online, a few others. So that's the WTF Accelerator, where we invest directly into companies. And then, of course, the other one is PitchIN, one of the 10 licenses.
Like working in one company is not busy.
That's right. PitchIN, one of the 10 licensed equity crowdfunding platform by the Securities Commission. Doing well. We just raised about 50 million in terms of money.
Right, cumulative over the 3 years.
Yeah, over the last 3 years. Yeah. So we're the first to actually reach 50 million for 42 companies. Yeah.
Nice.
So that was within 3.5 years.
If I'm not wrong, that's pretty much far and away the largest number of companies compared to the other platforms.
Yes, yeah, factually, yes. So we are the leading platform currently. Again, about 50 odd million plus 42 companies who already have raised money. 7 more are currently live on the platform. So already we've gone through 49 companies. So we wanted to hit 50 this year. We couldn't get one company to go live this year, so we're stuck at 49. But I told the team, you know what? 2020, we're going to announce the 50th company. Is a great story to begin with.
Yeah.
Although we really wanted to end 2019 with 50 companies. Yeah. So at 49, we're stuck at 49 now.
Okay.
So that's PitchIN.
Yeah. Cool. So as the inaugural program before we go into 2020 ourselves, I thought, why don't we start the program by looking back at 2019 and before that too. And I've asked Sam to think of a few. I'll share a few myself, but for Sam to think of a few of the key either technologies or events around technology that you think was the most significant in the last year. Maybe what we'll do is we'll take turns. We'll start with you for one, and then I'll share one, and then for the ones that we bring up, we'll have a little chat about that. Okay,
so I'll start. Right. Okay. So my first point to discuss 2019. Where is all the investments by the VCs, local VCs? Where? Right. Okay. We've not seen a lot actually, to be honest. If you think about it, there are big ones. Recently, Aerodroid.
You're talking about Malaysia? Or regional? Okay.
Malaysia, right? Yeah. Right. So Aerodroid, did I pronounce that correctly? Aerodroid. That's correct. Pronounce it.
Boleh lah.
So they raise big chunk of money, but from regional VCs, including locals, right? So they're a big round. So when I ask the question, where are the local VCs? I'm asking purely on that seed Series A stage, right?
Okay.
Largely we've not heard any much news apart from big ones, no Castle.
So just to be clear, in terms of the numbers you're talking about, so this is less than $1 million.
Ringgit, right? Yeah. So I guess my follow-up question is that, is equity crowdfunding becoming more mainstream? Because we don't see those funding happening anymore, right? 2019, PitchIN did 20 companies. Overall, I think as an industry, we did 28 companies, nearly 30 companies. These are companies, startups.
Across the 6 platforms?
Across 7 platforms.
Oh, 7?
Yeah.
Okay.
The new 3 have not gone live yet. My startup just went live yesterday.
Okay.
Yeah. So waiting for lead capital and Etis Ventures, but the 7 are already live and running. So this year, 2019, altogether, I think around 20 odd companies that were fundraising. And again, companies were backed entirely by the crowd.
But is it just trying to back your statement, right?
Yeah.
Where are the VC funding? But is it because we don't know? Because when VC invests, it's not publicized.
But I thought a lot of companies in VC, they like to talk about.
I get it. You need to show off that you screwed a bunch of investors.
That's right. Yeah. So it's either they're not talking about it, and again, this is something which I find it frustrating in Malaysia. That we don't really have those information. Now, if you want to know about equity crowdfunding, it's all there. It's all transparent. You can just go to all 7 platforms and you can just do your own calculations and whatnot, right? But in terms of the industry itself, now someone needs to take leadership of this, right? I wish people would be much more transparent. But Cradle, for example, right? Okay, again, not hitting them. I think they did a great job. But I wish they would publish numbers, companies who got CIP 300 and whatnot, right? I think it would just be helpful in terms of industry knowing who got what, so that, for example, other investors may want to come in later on. But really just to have that overseeing view of what's happening and who gets what. Traju, for example, right? I wish they would publish it in their platform or on their website, the companies, right? Where they are going, are they dead, are they still alive? Accelerators do a good job in doing that. If you follow WTF or other accelerator, you will see the portfolio companies, right? But I don't think the other part of the ecosystem, especially the government, has been quite open and transparent. Not to say, I'm not saying that they try to hide something. It's just that I think it would be great to have those information out there.
I'm just thinking from the different perspectives of funding, right? So if I was a company raising funds, then information like that would be very useful. Because obviously, number one, it's I know where the funding is coming from, who's still investing, then from a valuation standpoint, right?
Plus, I'll probably know what type of companies that they have backed already.
Yes,
right?
But on the flip side, if I'm a VC, it's not necessarily something that I want to share.
But if you look at VCs, right, they do a good job in terms of highlighting their portfolios. Although they don't talk about how much money they put in, right? They do a great job.
Because again, it's a question of leverage, right? Because I don't want, if you, Sam, who just come up with a new solution, right? And you know there are companies which are similar, right? Not saying it's an exact copy, but similar types of product or service or customer sets. And then you come to me and start haggling, right, on your valuation, because you know that, there's the last 3 valuations have closed at a certain amount, you know what the price is. As a VC, I'd like to be able to hide behind that lack of transparency a little bit, right? Okay, so maybe in one session next time, I'll invite the VCs over to talk about this. I'm BSing myself, right?
To be fair to them, right?
To be fair to the VC world and but I guess back to your point, ultimately, there isn't easy access to that kind of information.
Right?
So that's why, in fact, so my point to you, when you said, where are the VCs, there's not enough investments, actually then my question is, maybe there's a lot of VCs out there in 2019, could be record breaking, but we don't know.
Probably, Probably yes. Then, but then my point is that a lot of these companies do want to talk about their fundraising. No, we're on Facebook. Every time a company, a founder raises money, then let's go and tell the whole world we raise money.
Of course.
Right? Yeah.
Of course.
But
It helps marketing, it helps
exactly,
branding.
right,
Yeah.
But we haven't seen a lot. There was My Cash, but that was done by 500 startups based in Singapore. Yeah? Then there were big ones like Carson, Aerodrawing, right? Again, I may be missing a few, but then again, the information is not there. Hence, my question: what are the VCs, right? What are they doing? Are they investing? Yeah, or is because when ECF started, again, people were saying this is the alternative way of fundraising, right? Which I have always been not a fan of that, because it's sort of like defines ECF as a last resort. That if you cannot,
If you're a dodgy company, you cannot go to the banks and get a
you're
loan.
desperate and no one believes
Exactly.
you, let's raise money from a bunch of people who don't know better.
And
Right?
it's easy.
It
Right?
is
It's
easy,
easy
right?
to just go to a P2P platform and then just say, I will raise $1 million without any, I don't know, vetting and all that. Right?
And I was the people that I would debate anyone to the death on that. I think equity crowdfunding, okay, are some bias, but it's probably smart money actually. Right? Why I say so? Because the investors are now working for you in terms of advocating, marketing your product. And we've seen clear evidence of that, of companies who raise money, not just on PitchIN, but also other platforms, my competitors, right? And I think that's a strength. And I think a lot of people don't understand it or don't appreciate that. Founders are beginning to understand that, and that's why Oxwhite, for example, Oxwhite. Right? Let's talk about Oxwhite.
Yes, what, 3 million?
5 million.
Whoa, 5 million.
5.18400 to be precise.
To their
From 485 smart people.
yes, including some in the room, I'm sure.
Yes, I can confirm those people are in the room too, right? But Oxford could have gone either the bank, right?
Yeah,
They could go on to the VCs.
5 million.
And I know some VCs were very interested. But I think the founders saw that at this particular round, and this is their first ever fundraising for Oxford. And they knew the value of the people who have been supporting them all this while.
So let me provoke that a little bit, right? Now, if Oxford had gone to any of the companies had gone to institutions like a bank, right, and gotten the loans, the schedule for payment is very clear.
Right.
You'll be put to the deadline. If suddenly you miss some and you send the collectors and all that, right? If you go to and for that amount, there really isn't anywhere else you can go unless you have rich parents, right? Then you go to ECF. So is it people going to an ECF platform because you know what? This whole bunch of guys who are going to give me money. At the end of the day, they're not going to hound me if I don't give them back any dividends or any returns, right? I can always make a sob story in the and say, "Ayo, didn't sell enough stuff. Thanks for your support, but I'm out of here." Is it people actually running away from that kind of responsibilities and say, this is actually easy money because if I work very well with ECF who can really bring up the story, right? Now, I don't want to go to VC. Sorry, that's the option, right? I could go to VC, but guess what? VC wants control. If I'm gonna get 5 million from a VC, there's probably at least a seat on the table, right? So I don't want that control either, and I don't want to keep telling them the growth story, right? Because the VC wants to dump the shares into you anyway, right? So I know ECF. Nobody's gonna ask me. They're all minority shareholders. Right. So is that actually a sneaky way of raising money without people asking me back? If I was one of those unscrupulous business,
Valid question, right? Again, I'm sure there are people who also are thinking about the same thing that you just raised, right? Okay, first of all, I think under the framework itself, there is very clear responsibility for the platform operator like us to actually conduct due diligence and compliance. So those unscrupulous, what we call entrepreneurs who want to take advantage of the crowd and whatnot, we will spell them from afar.
Meaning, you make sure that this business is real.
Sure. And again, without naming names, we've come across You can imagine that, right?
Yeah, I'm
we come
sure.
across
They
so
will try
many
that.
entrepreneurs trying, right?
Yeah.
One thing which they don't realize is that actually it's not as easy as it sounds, right? But if you're a great company with a great product and people love and familiar with the product, it's easier. Yeah, and we've seen that with Oxwhite, Signature Market, and a few other, Baby Dash also, for example, right? Now, the unscrupulous part taken care of, due diligence, compliance, very strict on that. Yeah. Now, in terms of the control, yes, you do have a point. Compared to a VC, you have better management and control of what you can do or what you need to do. And I think companies, if you ask any companies, a wish list, they'll probably want that, right? Now, doesn't mean that they then will be allowed to do whatever they want to do, right? Now, there are quarterly updates, that is enshrined in the shareholders agreement.
Okay.
So companies do have to report every quarterly. Some companies even do better than that, right? You'll be surprised that when the scenario that you paint, right, which is valid, right? But there are some companies who go beyond that quarterly meeting. In fact, I'd probably say they'll be doing more than what some companies are doing with VCs. Some companies are even engaging investors on a weekly basis.
I have to admit, I do get a lot of upgrades from like kaki tangan.
Precisely, right? Yeah.
Often comes back.
Precisely, right? Yeah. So that's the kind of company which is anti what the scenario that people think is happening, right? They're doing more than what even the crowd is expecting him to do, right? Sometimes it's like semi-spamming my words there, right?
Okay, I really do a good job. Just come back to me, you know.
But then I think in what we're creating ECM is that the responsibility of knowing that these are money owned by hard-earned people who
Investors,
right?
Small
So I think there's also a deeper appreciation of it, right? Which in return makes them work harder and be more responsible. Yeah.
Okay.
So funny that you pick a scenario, but the outcome of it has been opposite of what people may think of it. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, let's move on to the next topic.
Right.
Okay, my turn.
Not e-wallets.
Not the one. Okay, I'll cancel that one. Okay, no wallets. No, I wanted to talk about. This one is quite exciting.
We can talk about e-wallets.
It's ironically, it's actually close to what you just talked about.
Sure.
The fiasco with WeWork.
Yeah.
So this one was quite exciting, right? Let me just put up some stuff here on WeWork.
But it's not just WeWork, right? I think the same guys are now having problems with Oyo. They just sold a ton of shares back to the founders of WAG.
Okay, no, I'm not aware of this.
Yeah. So SoftBank,
it's SoftBank as well.
SoftBank, So SoftBank, apart from WeWork, then again, the news that we
So they almost IPO'd.
Yep.
And now is tanked 112 million London property deal.
Yeah, man.
So this took them I think in the last 8 months, right, to go from the baby of tech company. Okay, that's one thing, first of all, right? Yeah. Are they really a tech company or is it just a property company?
I know, hiding on
with apps, right?
Yeah.
And then from there going down. But what's interesting for me is this actually shows there's not too many companies that has moved on to IPOs.
Yep.
Right?
Even those who have gone, most of them have lost the value which they actually wanted, right?
There's the big ones, right? So you've got the Facebooks.
But the recent ones are Uber, Lyft, Slack, for example.
So Uber also had leadership problems. It's quite funny, So same as our good friend, what's his name?
We work Andrew Newman. So he's out. Although he made billions out of it, which is great. For a founder. Was paid out 1.7 billion, bro, to get out.
Right? Yeah. Although, how much? 100 and
1.7 billion.
1.7 billion. Although I think somebody was saying he could have been worth 10 times that.
Of course.
So
but
how much? But I think it's human nature. Right? I'm sure he's still saying damn, I should have gotten 10 billion. And said I'm only getting 1.7.
True,
but I'm so poor.
it's so pornographic, right? Like 1.7 billion, the company is in bad shape.
On the losing end, he's getting 1.7 billion.
There's the dog, here's 1.7 billion.
Get out of here, man.
That's right, yeah. You know what? I'll be happy if they paid me 1.7 million just to get out the door, right?
Yeah. I'm just going to look at SoftBank's other investments, right? Because this guy is amazing, right? Yeah. I mean, I didn't realize, I was doing a bit of research on him, that companies like, what's that robot company, is it Cambridge Robots? You know, the one with all the dogs, robot dogs, and all that? That's actually owned by SoftBank as well. So where does he go? Everywhere.
It's not them, yeah.
SoftBank investment.
Vision Fund. Not there.
Mana Vision Fund?
The last.
There you go. Right? So, to move a little bit away from, we can go back to WeWork, but I just want to look at somebody like SoftBank, right? I read that his vision is actually to have a legacy that stays 300 years from now. Right?
That's right, yeah. Have you seen the deck that he...
No.
Yeah, he well, based on what people say, he pitched to raise the Vision Fund. Interesting deck. Full of words of happiness.
Mr. Masayoshi Son.
Yeah. Okay, great fundraiser, right? No one can deny that, right? Yeah?
And I mean, before the Vision Funds, right, he himself is really established in terms of all the different investments and all that. Right? Then he decided, okay, let's raise a billion or whatever for all these other things. Again, I think it's easy for us, what we call armchair pundits, right? Without the $1 billion to invest.
That's right. Yeah, without the $1 billion that people ask you to invest in, right? But again, I think they're having quite an issue with WeWork, with Oyo, WAG. That's another company which they invested
SoftBank.
$500 million WAG. Yeah, it's a dog walking app. Yeah. Now, when you say it out loud, 500 million for a dog walking app, it sounds...
On-demand, 300 million.
Yeah, 300 million, is it?
On-demand dog walking app where raises 300 million.
I think the total investment was 500, right? It was 500.
But you know what? Yeah. These, like you say, right? When you say out loud, walking the dog app for 300 million. This reminds me of 1999 and 2000.
.com,
right? Yeah. You had pet.com, you had whatever, like balloon.com, you had sandwich.com.
Those days, you just have a cool domain name.
Dapat. And these are the same. The only difference is, those days, if it collapse in the IPO, it's public money, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Right now, if 300 million disappears, it's just this one dude, his Vision Fund, right?
Yeah.
So maybe that's the...
But still, bro.
300 million. Walking the dog.
So and that's in Malaysian ringgit, that's about 1.2 billion ringgit, right? For a walk
the dog app. Yeah. How does that work?
So fast forward, they've sold back their shares back in the company. So they've written off quite a considerable sum of that $500 million. Yeah.
Where? Yeah. I see. Yeah.
So it's interesting again. For us here in Malaysia,
and these are the big headlines that we can hear, right?
Yeah.
And there's a lot of other funds out there. Okay, not as lavish as SoftBank, perhaps.
But again, it's difficult for us to be sitting here in KL and wrapping my head and looking at the amount of investments into one company, right? When we think in KL itself, in Malaysia itself, there are several companies who could probably enjoy a fraction of what is investing there.
So SoftBank raised 100 billion for its Vision Fund, right? And has invested in 44 funding rounds. So 30 B. So he's got another 70 billion to play around with.
Pass some here, please.
Where is the money? Actually, do we know if there's, apart from that, has SoftBank invested in any Malaysian companies?
if they've been very good and the company has also been very good. So if they invest in me, right, I'll be like, can I update my Facebook now?
Something is called. They haven't invested yet, but they called it. You know to say. Amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, moving on from anyway. So for me, the funny thing about WeWork was two things. Like one is the fact that there are companies hiding behind tech.
Yeah.
Right, so even a property actually it is a property business model, right? And then with a bit of a fancy app, trying to hide behind technology to drive the valuation. But the other one is the strength of.
No, the funny thing is that when people look at WeWork and start questioning the co-working space business model, right? But when you look at what's happening in Malaysia, it's actually thriving, right? Look at work, right? They just added their fourth.
Oh, really?
Soon to be probably one of the biggest, 30,000 square foot at the Curve. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So I think the area where the cinema is.
They're the ones in Damansara below, is it?
Yes. Okay. So they got three now. Three which is now in operation. Below is the first one. Then in Subang.
Yeah.
Then the most recent one at KL Gateway, where PitchIN is based at.
Okay.
Yeah.
For now. So actually, just on that, right?
Yeah.
The differentiation here is between. I think we're not questioning co-working space per se, but it's just that the WeWork is trying to repackage that in their story as a technology play.
Right.
But they should just say, as we were pointing out, actually co-working spaces itself as an industry.
Yeah. So the follow-up question to that, right, to this whole discussion about WeWork and WAG and whatnot, and there's something which I think internally in Malaysia, me and my other fellow investors have been talking about, right, is that sometimes too much money will probably kill the company. Right? Don't you think 300 million or $500 million for a dog walking app is too much? Right? Or we work billions and billions. Too much, right? Because again, we noticed that the business model of co-working space works in Malaysia is thriving. In other Asian countries, it's thriving too. So there's nothing wrong with the business model. Yeah? But we don't hear work in Malaysia raising R1 billion. They probably kill them. Right? Because now,
I'm just trying to think about that.
Right, how am I now supposed to grow that fast within that short time period to justify the evaluation?
So is it too much money being given with the responsibility of growth?
Yep.
Right? That's killing them.
Yeah, I think so.
Right? Yep. So if I have a company that's having an organic growth of 5% a year, right? And I'm growing it the traditional way, okay? And then suddenly somebody says, you know what, I'm going to give you $1 billion, but you better give me 200x right, in a year.
Yeah. I'll take it, then I'll worry about that later.
Okay. But I think that's where it is. Like, suddenly, whoa, can I really operationalize this thing?
That's right. Again, it's an interesting discussion. Again, if a VC was here, you could have a much more in-depth discussion, right? But when you look at that, there's nothing wrong with the co-working space model. It's thriving.
Let's jump into that. In fact, that's an interesting one for the last 1 year. Right? In KL anyway, there seems to be co-working space popping up like mushrooms.
That's right. Yeah.
And there will be a new one coming up as well in February, hopefully. But we will get back into that in a minute. So suddenly there's co-working spaces. But is there people working in the co-working spaces?
You know what?
Is there demand?
To be fair, again, I've always had that question, like, really? Don't you want to work in Starbucks, right?
Betul, right? So if you're going to get a hot desk, you buy one coffee, free Wi-Fi anyway.
Exactly. I have an office, but people would know that they probably see me more at coffee shops than in the office, right? But from what I get, the information, again, example work, because we were there for 1 year too, right? When we left Bangsa, we were supposed to be there for a few months. We were actually one of the first tenants at Work Below Damansara, their first outlet. When we left, close to 100%.
Really? And who are they? Do you kind of
early stage startups? So I think work and the way they sort of like angle, they sort of mix it up with more mature. But
this was when?
Stage.
2 years ago?
This was 2 years ago. But work. So that still, from what I hear, is still a capacity. Subang, full capacity. no vacancies, right? Calgary, I'm not sure, but I'm sure they're hitting around 50% and above, maybe more, right?
The new one.
Yeah. But no, Stephanie and what they call the partner thinks that 30,000 square foot they could easily fill in at Persera Surian at the Curve, right?
Wow.
30K. Yeah. So
When are they opening that one?
I think soon. Next year maybe, or if not now. I've not been following, but I know they're starting renovations already. But it's 30K, probably one of the biggest that we've seen. It'll be interesting. But then again, you see Common Ground. WeWork just opened one more at Eco City, after the first one at EQ Plaza.
And these are, if you would say, okay, like maybe not works, but like WeWork is like premium. It's quite expensive too. Actually,
Well, Founder 8. How do you pronounce that?
Founded.
Okay. They're in KL Central. Just recently. And I think even in KL Central area, there were at least 2-3 co-working spaces.
I think I was doing a bit of research on the co-working spaces, and there were, if I'm not mistaken, about 35 of various sizes, right? 35 co-working companies.
That's right.
And this is Klang Valley.
Yeah.
I was like, shockingly many, right? Even if you go to places like Damansara Utama, the shop lots. Suddenly, you used to have those, the cheap hotels.
That's right.
Suddenly now you see something like that, but it's just a co-working space. Kind of thing. I was like, wow, that's amazing, right?
It is. PitchIN itself have a couple, right? I think Common Ground has one there. There's one independent, what we call street settlements. Quite a cool place. I've been there. We did events a few times there. Of course, ACAT in Penang.
ACAT, that's a really nice.
That's really nice.
One, right? So somebody was telling me that the ACAT, I think that whole area is owned by one family, one company.
One super rich, old Penang family.
Right? And they say, hey, why don't we just turn it into
that's right.
space. So that's life. So that's an interesting. And what do you think about the trend? Is it growing still? It sounds like there's still.
It is, right? Okay. When you think about it again, let's take your common, what they call university graduate. How many students do we graduate every year? Half a million? More? Less?
Less.
Yeah, 100.
Few hundred lah. Let's say few 100,000.
And I'm sure that 10% of them, right, would have some, ambition to start their own company or whatnot, right? So obviously, the most frequent advice to them when they want to start something is that don't lease what we call an office, just work from a co-working space. You'll be surrounded by like-minded people and whatnot. So I suppose they will have a market, right?
Yeah.
But it depends on your model, right? Some co-working space is much more, premium. Some are much more mid-size. So depends on how you angle your co-working space.
Because I was looking at the one in Starling. The Co, right? The Co.
Yeah.
And this
that's nice.
It's a nice one.
But isn't that run by the property company?
Yeah, property company that decided to go into it. And their largest tenant is actually
Fantastic.
It's it's an advertising company.
Oh, not Fantastic. The peer-to-peer.
I don't know whether maybe they are there too. But the largest tenant apparently is like an advertising, an established advertising company who you would have thought have their own office. But instead, no, they go to a co. So anyway, I just pulled out the top 10, right? Top 10 co-working.
So Pimentos, I think one of the veterans in co-working space, they were doing this well before it was sexy having a co-working space, right?
Luke
also quite they've been there for some time now. Impact Hub, I think they closed down.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so.
Hang on, let me just see. This article is 2016, patutlah. Okay, let me just go back to something a little bit more recent. Best co-working 2018. That's not too bad. The Co? Yes.
Okay, the Co. I think the Row they closed down. They had two locations, Bangsa, that bungalow, and then the Row. From what I was told, the Row is closed down.
Okay.
Yeah. It was cool.
Colony is the expensive one.
Yeah.
Premium work. Okay. So we spoke about work, they're growing.
Okay, I've not heard of this.
Not heard of
Success story.
Subang.
I hope they're still running. H-Space, yeah. So, know them. Yeah.
Impact Hub. Yes.
Yeah, maybe it's in Sentul.
I know it was still there. They were doing a lot of
Yeah, not sure whether it's still there.
events.
Or they moved somewhere else.
Yeah, could be white space. I get the feeling this list is a bit old too.
It is.
Okay.
It
White
is.
Space, Jetpack.
Uppercase. Yeah, this is the printing, what do you call it? That factory. Start. Not heard of them before.
Them.
Yeah.
Entrepreneurs Lab. Not heard of these guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think in Malaysia people talk about common ground, we work,
Correct.
and work.
And work.
Yeah.
That's the top three. I think.
Yeah. I think these are the
And founding, I guess, there's the news one.
yeah.
Right?
But then the first three, they have at least more than three branches. Founded has one so far.
Yeah.
Until Central.
So we as in Etika, so we're going to set up our own
Yep.
called Escape.
Yep. But then it'll be super focused.
But it will be super focused on just the insurance industry
Yep.
and technology and insurtech type companies that's
Yeah.
around there. Right?
Yeah.
So I think that's the niche. And it's not very big.
Yeah.
But anybody who's interested, do contact us and then we can.
Yeah. I think those kind of what we call co-working space. I gravitate towards that more niche, more themed, as against anyone can come in.
Yeah.
Right?
Are there any right now that you know?
Well, Orbit. I'm not sure whether they're still doing it, but Orbit.
Orbit. Okay.
Orbit in Bangsa South or Kampung Kerinci. Yeah.
I guess if it's driven by MDEC, then you know it would be more. I don't know.
I think MDEC wants it to be more like fintech.
Yeah.
Skewed. Yeah.
Wonder how successful they are.
So I know our friend Mike Kesh was running it. So I'm not sure whether he's still running it.
I think he was running programs.
Yeah.
Okay, let's move on from co-working spaces. Your turn. What's another topic?
What's another topic? Okay. All right. Okay. A bit. Well, it created a lot of discussion.
Okay.
But I think it was very short. I think, but when it first came out, either people translated it wrongly or not. But our good friend Razif Cradle's comment about not having quality startups using government money, right?
Yes.
So some people, again, I think the crux is there, but I think the way it was reported, sort of like people were a bit
insulted lah,
yeah, but then in a way, when you think about it, right, you can't blame as governments and or people who are responsible in terms of using taxpayers' money to give out to companies.
They have to be cautious.
They have to, right? You can't be like willy-nilly giving it, right?
Yeah.
There have to be some sort of benchmark or thing, or these people need to help before they just give money away. So I think what Razif was sharing is that they've not seen anything new, that differentiates those applications from what they've done before. Yeah.
So actually, relating back to the first topic, right? So you asked, where's the VCs, right?
Yeah.
Then the question then is, are there companies in Malaysia right now for VCs or even Cradle to even invest in?
That's a good question too, right? Yeah.
So I wonder how the scenario is. So Etika, we just finished running our Escapade program. Right?
Yep.
So this was, but again, it's niche. It is to look for startup companies within that space who we can work with. We received about just over 50 companies.
Yep.
Varying degrees of maturity.
Yeah.
I was actually pleasantly surprised, actually, that at least half of them are pretty good.
Cool.
There is hope in terms of there are a number of startups still out there.
Yeah.
So it's not bad. What do you think?
Yeah. So we just recently took in batch 8 of WTF Accelerator. Again, we wanted to take 4 companies. We in the end took 6. Yeah. So
out of a total of how many?
Out of a total of nearly 90 applicants.
Oh gosh, there's a lot of filtering.
There's a lot of filtering, right?
Yeah.
So again, I think it's mixed.
Okay.
Yeah.
But these are obviously companies which are not ready for VC investment yet, right? So these are still idea stage.
These are idea stage, very early, right? But again, some of the ideas are not original, just a rehash of something that's been done, right?
But is that a bad thing?
It's not.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not. It's just that
You could do it better than the person who did it first.
True. It's true. Yeah. But most of the things which they wanted to do, we clearly saw a leader in Malaysia already, right? Hence why Cash and me were quite reluctant to take them on. Yeah? Like people like, and it's a funny thing, right? The best companies thus far from our cohorts is still batch one, right? The early ones, right?
Yeah.
Like the Lori, right? So
That's from 3 years ago.
because at that time when they came in, right, there was no one that was doing what they're doing, right? There were other forms of logistics,
But still pioneers lah.
They were pioneers, right?
Okay. So
Yeah.
I was just going to say that, does it mean that pretty much everything has been done already? And therefore, whoever's coming up now,
So that's why I think a lot of things that you hear right now, okay, is that people ask, where is those deep tech companies, right? Or I see some interest in food security, agri-tech. Yeah, I see that a lot. Yeah. Discussions and people looking for those kind of companies. Yeah, food security, agri-tech. No one wants to talk about another e-commerce platform.
Yeah.
We should come, people, right? Just roll their eyes.
There seems to be a lot less of a platform play, right? I remember 2-3 years ago, everybody wanted to be a platform for something. Right?
Yeah, a platform. No one has done a platform for a platform, right?
That's right. You need a platform for your industry, come here for a platform. Right? Whilst there's still merit to that as a business model, but maybe we are saturated with platforms already.
Yeah. So I think.
But going back to your, you mentioned deep tech, right? Yeah. I have, we've spoken to people like from UM and all the other universities, right?
Yeah.
There seems to be deep tech in those areas, but it's very difficult to go to a commercialization right, from the deep tech.
It is.
And a lot of the startups, a lot of, how would I say, these companies are bringing new business models.
You want to be very diplomatic right now, right?
Yeah. Right? Basically, I'm saying that it's all, there is no technology behind it, right? Everything is a lot of business models, right? So whether it's a new way of a service, a new product, but there is no deep tech per se, right?
Yeah, there's not.
Whereas when I was in Jakarta, there seemed to be a lot more real technology-driven startups, right? PhD kids, guys who are really bringing in. So in KL, when they say, I have AI and I have big data driving my business, like the role AI, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Whereas over there, they will go one step lower and say, okay, here's the algorithm and the tech that we're bringing to the table.
Yeah, that's right.
It seems to be a little bit more.
Yeah. I agree. Yeah. So because we've always seen that in Malaysia itself, most of the startups are mainly like service oriented, not so much in terms of the deep tech. If you look at all some of the big companies coming from Malaysia, it's all service oriented. Right? Tech is just a component where you just put
correct. Right? Maybe it's because it's just easier to.
It is much more easier, right? I remember during the early days of WTF, most of the founders were just business people, right? With no tech team, and then we then went out there, scouted for tech team to actually build what these guys want to do, right? Now, although still not many enough, but we are now seeing a bit more of tech founders running the company, right? Because prior to this, all of them were happy working, taking a salary and taking orders from the business guy. What do you want to build, right? So now, although not many, but I've seen now a couple of guys who are now picking up and wanting to start their own rather than work for someone else. And we need more of that. And again, maybe they don't have that business acumen, and that's why they're not confident of actually leading a company. I'm not sure.
Yeah. So that's ironic, right? Because when we speak to startups from the more established places like Silicon Valley, even China, right? It's always, I am a tech co-founder, and I need to find a business partner to drive it. Whereas over here, it's all, I have the business idea, I need to find the CTO, right?
We don't have enough tech guys here,
Correct.
And you're hearing that because the guys who are actually leading it are the business guys.
It's the business guy, right?
You can't find it, right? But one tech guy who actually started his own company, now acquired by APM, Raj, Mathematics, right? Batch 2, WTF.
Okay. Don't know him.
He's a tech guy, right? But again, you don't.
It's not. It's flipped, right?
That's
if
right.
you have a ratio, I think over there is probably maybe 30% business led, 70% tech guys. Whereas here, flip or even less, right? Maybe 10%.
Batch 1, WTF, zero tech guy who were leading the company, right? Batch 2, where Raj was, he was the only company with a tech guy leading it, right?
That's right. He was doing the telematic.
That's right. So
for the car tracking thing, right? So who bought them up?
APM.
Oh.
So not bought out. APM bought in 51%.
Okay.
So he now works for APM. But then his problem with regards to market access, funding is all taken care by APM. Right?
Okay.
And APM is a subsidiary of Tan Chong Motors.
Yes. Yeah.
So that's good
for the fleet.
Yeah.
Okay, let's move on from there, right? So my turn. The next thing is, Mandalorian on Disney Plus.
Okay.
Now, and the reason why I bring that up is essentially that whole entertainment business, right?
Yeah.
So big production, right?
Yeah.
Mandalorian only on Disney Plus.
Yeah.
So right?
Yeah. Boo.
But it also means suddenly now, oh my goodness, Astro's not good enough now, right? I need to have Netflix.
Apple,
you got
Netflix,
Apple, Amazon Prime,
HBO Go,
and Disney Plus is not here yet because I love Star Wars, obviously. Right? I can't even watch this yet unless I go other ways.
I know.
But I cannot get Mandalorian.
Yeah.
It's like, what the heck?
That's why I think that market needs a platform for all.
Right, so we had iFlix.
Yeah.
Right, kind of in that direction. Yeah?
That's right. Yeah.
And then
what do you have?
So I have Netflix, Amazon Prime,
right,
and Astro at home.
Of course. Same.
And other darker means of accessing media.
For research, right?
Of course.
For research.
We need to know what's going on. So Formula 3.
Same.
And YouTube, of course.
Yeah, same. Yeah, Netflix, Prime, Astro,
and YouTube. Which of course,
YouTube.
obviously.
And iFlix.
Oh, it's good. I did have iFlix.
I did.
But what do you watch on Netflix?
To be honest, straight talking, honestly, I don't watch it anymore.
Okay. I don't know. I think it could be we are quite silent. There must be an audience out there somewhere.
There has to be. Yeah, it has to be. Yeah. But I do spend most of my time right now on Netflix, lah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For me, it was Netflix, and then on Amazon Prime because of that series Boys.
Yeah.
So that's another thing that I find interesting. Right? We are now driven to the channels based on the programs. Right?
Yeah.
So you would I actually subscribe to it because of that one program, and then once it's there, let's see what
that's
else.
Right. That's right.
So a lot of these channels are now obviously producing their own content.
Yeah.
That's interesting. So the question then is, where is our region or even Malaysia's great content creators? Right? Because they will drive to the channel, right?
Yeah, good question, right? I can't really answer that, to be honest.
Because like Astro, Media Prima, they are struggling to contain viewers, right?
Yep. Yeah.
And yet here we are out here in Malaysia, right?
Yeah.
Falling back to go and get Disney Plus and Netflix now because of the content, right?
Precisely right.
If it's not just convenience,
Yeah. But even right now, like I said, I only go to Astro to watch football. That's it.
And the news lah.
And the news, yeah.
Okay, maybe not then.
And the news when there's election, then we go to Astra Wadi to catch the news, right?
Yeah.
But documentaries, Netflix, movies, sitcoms,
Stand-up comedy.
stand-up comedies, yeah. I wish, but then it's not just Malaysia, right? In the region itself, right? Again, a lot of stories, a lot of but then we don't have that, that platform, right? And that's why what you call platforms like Netflix, is dominating.
Yeah.
They having difficult trying to dominate places like India or China, But other than that, again, it's up for grabs, and they're winning it, right? It's tough for local content players, sorry, content makers. Now, where do they go to, right? Obviously, now the eyeballs are in those big platforms, but then again,
and these are big investments too, right?
It is.
I mean, you're now looking at A-listers, right? Actors, right?
Oh, yeah. On Netflix.
On Netflix.
That's
Right?
right.
Before it was like, this is almost a video on demand time, right?
Do you watch The Irishman?
I have.
Yeah.
Kind of, is it the Joe Pesci?
That's right. Yeah, the big boys are there.
Nero and all that, right?
Yeah. The big boys are there.
Right.
And recently, there's 6 feet underground or what? 6 underground or underground?
Yes.
Yeah.
6 underground.
Reynolds.
I saw first half of it.
That's right. Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah. So,
do you know if Oscars are these movies on
Amazon won an Oscar.
Oh, they did?
Manchester by the Sea, is it? No?
I don't know.
Forgot.
Sounds like a lovey-dovey
Yeah, well, it will put you to sleep.
bromance.
Yeah. But then, that's what win Oscars, right?
Yeah.
Like, Dumb and Dumber would never win Oscar, although they should win in my book.
Okay.
The original Dumb and Dumber.
With the Frozen.
Yeah.
So Hollywood is not necessarily just movies anymore, right?
Right. Okay. Now, some people may know that Hollywood is dominated by the big studios, right? The what they call it, the Sonys, the Disneys, Paramount, Warner Brothers, right? So they have an association, called the Motion Pictures Association of America, right? They just included one new member, Netflix, right? So now even the cool kid on the block is
mainstream corporate.
Corporate now, So to me, when they came in as a member of MBA, right? Oh shit, right? It's becoming
recognized, right? It's mainstream,
mainstream now. Yeah.
Well, they're definitely throwing the money at it,
That's
right?
right.
As much as
Netflix is a serious player, right?
And I think, and I get the sense that the traditional studios are a lot more conservative in terms of where they put their money, right? Because they still have the ROIs. It's almost like old large companies. Whereas Netflix, still not profitable, right? So they will just throw the money to get the audience first, right? Because their goal is still subscriptions.
But again, all the original content is quality.
It's really good.
I wish someone in Netflix would do a bit of history of Malaysia and do 1511 Malacca. That'd be cool.
Suddenly you'll be interested in history,
Yeah. Well, if they did Marco Polo and shot it in Iskandar Pinewood, right? 1511, we need someone to cop the money, right? Then
let me just go to my Netflix app and if you just scroll through some of the programs that's there.
Okay. You should, I just caught this yesterday night, I'm not sure if you've seen it. You should catch this documentary thing, who killed the cat or don't kill the fucking cat.
I'm not sure. Old issues. So everything I say sounds sarcastical.
Ronnie Chang.
Yeah.
Oh, he's got a stand up now. Oh, sorry, what was the program?
Don't fuck with cats. Right?
Okay.
Right. The title is misleading, so in the end, it's really about this group of internet people tracking an actual killer. Right?
It's a documentary.
Yeah, it's a true story.
Episode 1.
I finished it, the whole 3 episodes. I finished it yesterday night.
It's about the same case or multiple different cases?
Same case.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But you should watch it. But this is the kind of production, right, that will get you in your seat, not wanting to leave.
And what I find is not only that, it's not just the Western stuff, right? They have a lot of local to the Asian community programs and all that, right?
Have you watched Ertugrul?
Huh?
Ertugrul.
No.
This is a Turkish production.
Huh.
In Turkish.
Okay.
Subtitle.
With subtitle.
Turkish. 5 seasons. Yeah. You know, one season how many episodes? Like 90.
What is that? Every week?
Every 90, 30 to 45 minutes. You know what? I finished it.
Oh my goodness. This is bad for binging,
I know it is. But then again, I never thought.
I'm halfway through.
Yeah. I never thought that I would probably spend my time looking at some old
Turkish program.
But this is a program about the father of the founder of the Ottoman Empire.
Oh, I see.
Right? So if Turkey can do a movie, a series like that based on their language and make someone in KL or Kajang to be interested. And look, from what I was told, right, that series is also popular in the States. Right?
So do you know how that works? So obviously Netflix has their offices around the world and they will go find.
No, I think for Ertugrul, I think Ertugrul they bought this.
Okay, so it was already a series.
It's
not something they produced.
No, but my point is this: there's no excuse that our local content guys can't do a decent kind of series movies based on our own history, right?
Yeah.
Why, right?
That's true. Yeah. So on Netflix, they've got Evo 2 and Pascal. Dendam Pontianak.
Yeah.
Oh, ada juga. But okay, a bit more. No, it's cool. I guess it's slowly getting there.
Yeah.
But why on Netflix and not on iFlix or Astro? Right?
Not sure whether they are also on Netflix. I'm not sure, but
it's not exclusive to this platforms.
No, I don't think so. Yeah, unless they sign some exclusivity agreement, But
That's a
BBQ. Okay, you have to watch that. Okay, much.
BBQ. Okay. Oh, BBQ. Okay, multiple BBs. KL zombie. This is quite fascinating. I haven't seen. I didn't know some of these guys even exist.
Yeah.
Maybe you need to give that a bit more of a chance. But I think what's good about, as you say, what's good about platforms like this is, I'm sure it's not just Malaysians who's looking at Police Evo 2 now. Maybe some kid in Turkey is watching this. Now US.
Yeah. Well, the Indonesian movie, I forgot the title, but it was quite a big hit, not just in Malaysia, but also worldwide.
Okay.
I forgot the movie. It's more like a gangster police type of movie.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. What else? That was me. Digital entertainment. Because I thought last year suddenly everybody really started going on the more formal platforms.
That's right. Yeah. What else? Should we talk about 2019? What's happening? I don't know. Some topics are quite, sensitive to so to say, right? Yeah. If I could, right? Change of government, right? Some agencies need some certainty. Yeah. Why are we not putting those certainty to those agencies? I think you know what I mean. Right?
I understand. Yeah.
Some agencies don't really have.
It's slowly coming together.
Yeah. But some agencies are still without a permanent person.
Yes.
Right.
Still acting.
Still acting. Right. So I don't know. What's the difficulty there? Right.
I don't know. For me, there seems to be an overshadow of what's going on by a lot of politicking. Okay? So I don't know why things are actually moving on.
That's the thing, right? Me, a non-political person, right? I would think that this is the new Malaysian where less political, more doing, right? But if you can't even confirm a position and it's been dragging for how long?
It has not moved like.
It's amazing, at least from a bystander person like me, right? So that's something which I find it a bit frustrating, even though I'm not affected by it. Life goes on. It's just that as
Companies are still raising money.
companies are raising money. It's just that as a bystander looking from afar, and I'm like, why haven't we done this yet? Right?
Yeah.
So that's also 2019. Hopefully 2020, in a few more days, they could get their act together and
Yeah. That's true. Okay. One last one from myself.
Sure.
Let's see. I kept two, but I'll do the last one. The Bitcoin crash. You cannot go talk about technology without talking about Bitcoins, right?
Right. Hey, do you know that one of the issues on PitchIN is also fundraising, accepting Bitcoin?
Oh, sorry. Repeat.
So one company on PitchIN, Luxtag,
Okay.
yeah. So they actually fundraising, but they've gotten the approvals by the SC for them to accept Bitcoins as part of their fundraising.
Oh.
However, that Bitcoin will not be taken in as money, right? They'll get shares based on the equivalent of the Bitcoin,
Okay.
but the BTC is not to be taken in, not to be regarded as money.
But how would, if they were to receive Bitcoin, how do they get the liquidity out of Bitcoin?
So right now, Luxtag is a blockchain company.
Okay.
Yeah. So they're going to use it for their.
So as an investor, then I need to have a wallet to invest in, like.
Yeah. So if you have BTC right now, you could actually invest in Luxtag.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, so if we look at the Bitcoin prices, obviously it came into the year totally collapsed, right? It was below 5,000.
Yeah.
In fact, it was, let's see, it was 3,005.
Yeah.
Then there was a bit of a rally in middle of the year. Now it seems to be, it goes, I think the highest here was 12,000, 13,000.
Yeah.
Now it's down to, what is it, 5? Or 7.
Seven, yeah.
It had a bit of a rally in the last couple of days. Huh?
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, so Bitcoins, okay, I guess Bitcoins and blockchains, two topics, right?
Yep.
One is Bitcoin itself as a currency.
Yep.
What, is it still just a gamble, if you want to invest money in Bitcoins? Second question is then blockchain. Now, let's go to blockchain later. Let's talk about Bitcoins as a investment first.
Yeah. Would you not?
Would you still, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
It was at peak, it was about 20,000. This was last year.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Now it's at 7.
Yeah. Well, it could rally up again.
It could rally up again, or it could go down to 2, right?
How long was the last rally and the last point when they went down a bit?
This Friday.
Yeah. So that was in June, right?
This was in July.
In July, yeah. And before
Was it in June? Yeah. So it went from, let's take from here.
Yeah.
So this is in May.
Yeah.
It was 5,008.
Yep.
And in 2 months, it went up to 12. So 50% in 2 months.
Yeah.
Right?
Probably it's a good time to buy now.
Could be.
Yeah.
But if we look at it for, let's see. Now, if I was to zoom out, in December 2018 was 20,000.
Yeah.
Right?
That was.
So somebody was saying that in the last decade, the best investment was in Bitcoins.
Yeah.
That if you invested $1
Yeah.
10 years ago, right? Or 10 years ago, 10 years ago,
Yeah.
you would have made 7,000.
I know someone who actually invested in Bitcoins when nobody bothered, right? About it, right? Yeah. It's filthy rich now.
Rolling.
Yeah.
If you can liquidate it.
Yeah.
But
He has liquidate some. Yeah.
But yeah, so in which, okay lah, so this is like looking at the Oracle, right?
Yeah.
So where
Do you have any?
I have some, but through what's it called? I don't have a Bitcoin wallet myself.
Sure.
But I use eToro
Okay. Right.
to invest, and I have since stopped looking at it.
Okay.
So that's my investments in my adventure in Bitcoin.
Yeah. I haven't done yet. You know what? I've always asked myself why I did not come during the early days. But then during those early days, I think all of us have the same investment philosophy. If you don't understand, you don't go into it, right? So those days, I was like, a bit iffy.
Because at every, if you look at the chart, right, at every point there would have been a dip.
Yeah.
And every time it did, people would have said, that's the end
That's
of
right,
Bitcoin.
yeah.
Right? And somehow it will still have a bit of a peak.
So have they gone through the 9 lives atau masih lagi at life?
So is it here to stay? I think longevity there is, right? So it's not new, right? So it's gone mainstream, let's say 2013, 2014.
Right.
It's been 5 years now. Or 6 years now. And there's still volume of transactions, right? It means that, okay, it is here to stay.
That's interesting.
Right? The question then is, what type of money is going into this Bitcoin? Is it still the pure gamblers and speculators just throwing money in there, or is it people who really believe in the utility of Bitcoin to drive some kind of industry that's out there? And therefore, that's why potentially, if Bitcoin will be driving the world, then you would say, 5,000 is very cheap, 7,000 is very cheap.
I would think the former. I think my easy benchmark of this instead if most of the mainstream people don't understand it, then it's not there yet, right? If you talk to your common neighbor, and he or she probably will understand what the hell this is all about, right? So it's still.
But having said that, though, Korea. South Korea. I'm sure none of them understood it. But it was just throwing money at it. But can you imagine those guys? I don't know. Apparently there was a spike in suicide rates, right? Because when Bitcoin crashed, a bunch of kids,
Right. Well, I know some people are all in for Bitcoins. Brave people. So I do believe it's the future.
Blockchains then. So you mentioned there is one company now. Now again, maybe a year ago, 2 years ago, if you go to any kind of meetup, 80% of the company is doing something blockchain. Right? I think in the last 6 months it's gone completely quiet. It's almost zero. It's almost zero.
I think.
So what's happened to the promise of blockchain, or is it just retreated? What's happened?
I like to think that those days, the time when people were talking about blockchain, enough talking, they're now building things. So Luxtag is a good example of a company who is using blockchain in their business.
To do what?
So what they do is that using blockchain, they work with either watch manufacturers to authenticate the originality of a device or anything, right?
So this is a certification lah.
That's right. So they're doing business globally. They're based in Cyberjaya. A mix of foreign and local guys working together. So that would be a good example of a company is using blockchain essentially in their business. Right? It's really based on blockchain, right? Hence why when we went to the SC and appeal to the SC to allow them to raise money, partly fiat cash, ringgit, partly Bitcoin, which the SC gave us approval. So we got another 6 more weeks to go before they finish.
So they are. So obviously, if they're raising funds, so they're already operational.
Already operational. Already revenue based, making money. Obviously, the money they want to raise is to drive more.
They are raising money, or they're closed?
They're raising money still.
Have a look. So let's have a look right now. Chin.
Go to the equity part. Go down. There you go. Next page. Luxtag.
So luxury tags.
Yes.
Luxtag is changing the concept of authenticity, ownership, and data governance in the digital age using the latest tech, blockchain and distributed ledger tech. Okay, so these are guys. Is Malaysian
mixed Malaysian. I think if you scroll down, you see the team. I think, I'm not sure whether you have to download the document.
Oh no, there is there.
So Renee, if I'm not mistaken, I think it's
Nem.
German. Yeah.
Speaking of NEM, are they still around?
The co-working space, I think they
At Glow?
sold it off to work. I think work was taken over, right? So from what we were told, they've gotten out of the co-working space in the business. But NEM is around, kicking for my head, quite strong still. It's just that I think they're not doing the co-working space anymore at work. Yeah.
Okay. I like the profile of the founders. There's a lot of grey hair.
Yeah.
So that tells me at least.
So Renee, I think Renee is a German, married local.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's nice. Yeah.
So they're based in Savijaya.
Yeah. We've got an assistant professor from Kim Young University. An RHB banker or ex-banker. I assume it's ex-banker.
Ex-banker, yeah.
And a professor from MIT.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll dig into this.
Yeah, that's true, yeah.
Okay, so back to your point, then perhaps there is less talking about this now, but people are actually looking at it more from a business utility standpoint.
That's right.
Yeah? And more by the ways.
I think all that time period of educating, that's all done.
It's done.
So now people are, and even me, okay, now what, right? So you got me, you got me, so what are the things that you're building right now based on that? So I think LuxTech is the first company to go actually live on equity crowdfunding platforms to raise money for their own blockchain-based company. Yeah,
I don't recall. Okay, cool. We've been running for about an hour now.
I think so. Yeah, an hour. Yeah.
Okay, so I guess just to wrap up, let's look forward a little bit.
Yep.
2020. Apart from the stuff that we've spoken about, what do you hope for from a tech standpoint next year? What do you hope to see or not see next year?
I hope to see exits. Yeah.
Specifically from your stable of companies or just generally?
Generally, yeah.
Okay.
But then again, it's sort of like supports the notion why are we investing in companies? Yeah. No one invests out of the good of their heart.
No, so they just love it.
I think it's only you. Right?
No wonder I don't really know.
So we like to see more exits, yeah, especially ECF. We saw 3 last year. This year 3 from 3 different platforms. I think we'll see more. Hopefully, we'll see more. But I think we want to see more startups, apart from exits, more startups moving outward to have much more regional play. Yeah, and I think that's where I think local Malaysian companies would actually do well.
Yeah.
So I think we'll see more. So I think we already have that makings of companies who potentially can go out there and do well. Because I think largely as a country, I think our founders or our people, you could easily plug them anywhere and they can do well.
They can survive.
Right? They can survive, right?
Not just survive, they can thrive. Right?
Strive, right? Yeah. So I think the next year we want to see more of these companies, not just from companies which we personally invest in, but largely the local ecosystem, right? That once you get your product market fit in Malaysia, you're now the leader, then you can't stay home, right? You can't just be jago kampung, right?
Yeah.
You need to go out there and then challenge the best, yeah? So I think that's what, again, this is cliche, we talk about this every time, right? But I think the government agencies, and some of them are playing a really, really good role, like MDEC with the Expand program. If possible, I think we need to enlarge that program to allow more companies, the ability to go out there. We need to build more smart partnership with partners in those countries. Because again, you just can't go blindly into Indonesia and think you can do something similar in Malaysia. People who have done it, people like Nadir of the Lorry, and he's done it, but I think he needs to share more on how he does it. Because I think the more what they call successful companies, I think it's sort of like that after effect, rolling effect. Because once you have like a couple of Malaysian companies doing well, that rolling effect will happen. They are the ones responsible to create a pathway for the future number of local companies to go out there. And also to drive more confidence in the regional ecosystem VCs or money makers that you need to back and Malaysian founded based companies.
That they have at least as a community, this is a credible community of companies.
And another thing, I think then I don't know. Sometimes it's a joke. Sometimes I think it's true. I think we're probably the worst critics of ourselves. I think we need to celebrate more, talk more about our achievements, our startups. So I think there has to be more, cheerleading. I hate to use that word, because sometimes it sounds
not artificially, but because there's genuinely
that's right,
a lot of companies that founders who are successful.
So we need to project them, right? And Singapore does a great job in terms of doing that, right?
They do.
They do. So why are we doing the same thing? We have. I think we have more ability in that sense.
In fact, it's the Malaysians in Singapore who's doing all that.
Exactly. So let's see those things happening more. I know we talk about it every time, but I don't see it happening. I would wish to see some people taking that and running with it.
Running a bit more of a profile. True. Okay.
And I want to see more of this too.
Yes, I hope there's enough listeners to drive this type of podcast, long form. Better. There seems to be an increase in listenership, if you like, right? From the Western kind of podcasts.
Right.
There's not much in our region. So my hope is that Tech This Way could be something that will grow over time as one of the leading channels for people to just.
Like I said, I do think we need this in the local ecosystem. And again, by having Tech This Way, I hope to see other people doing their own. The more of the discussion is happening on a daily basis, the better it is.
For everybody.
For everybody, right? Policymakers should also take some time to listen to some of these recordings and hear from the people themselves who are running this, the challenges, what they see, what they don't see, right? And not just coming up with policies up from the sky, right? So events like this or shows like this is really, really helpful, right?
I hope so. For everybody's concerned.
So maybe should share a link to some of our ministers to then check this out and listen.
Okay, bro. Thanks again for coming in.
Thank you very much for having me.
No worries. Okay, guys. So hopefully you listen to another episode of Tech This Way. Thanks for listening to our first one, and hopefully not the last.
Thanks. Cheers.